So it looks to me like we're starting at what are the differences between special food in Korea and other countries. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so kimchi, which is a traditional food, is the most special food in Korea. Kimchi is completed by mixing various healthy ingredients and seasoning cabbage. Okay, it's completed. Okay, is well, I would just keep that simple there. It is delicious, not only freshly made, but also ripe without going bad. Ripe? Ripe? What do you mean ripe?
I mean, kimchi. Uh, First, kimchi made made fresh, and then and then a weeks ago, a few months ago.
Later, not
Yes,
ago,
yes.
later.
Later. Okay.
Okay, so all right, so okay, it is delicious. Not okay, but also okay, not ripe. Now I see what you mean. Okay, but also
Mm.
improves, or actually,
Mm.
what would be the let's say matures
Ah.
through a process of
Ah.
fermentation without going.
Mm.
Because that's what's special about it, isn't it? It's the
Mm.
fermentation which is special about it. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So, is there any food in your country that is eaten at special times or on special occasions, on New Year's Day, on Thanksgiving's Day? One special dessert that most Korean people love is sikhyeh, which is traditional Korean beverage made of cooked rice. It is good for digestion and generally tastes sweet. Korean people usually drink it right after having a meal. Okay. All right. Why are some people willing to spend a lot of money on meals in special days? Food is an important part of any celebration in all nations of the world, regardless of culture or religion. It can unite and strengthen community bonds and help to maintain a common identity amongst a group of people. Where did you find that? Was that on Google?
I searched it
I
for.
thought you might have done. It looks like something off Wikipedia rather than your own words, but that's okay, as
Yeah.
long as you can remember it.
Okay.
See, I can spot these things. I know
Uh,
when it's
okay.
right. Do you think it's good to communicate when eating with your family? Spending time and having conversation together is very important while eating food together. For example, enjoying delicious food on the dinner table helps families to talk about their hobbies, study, and work more naturally. These things make a family bond much stronger. Children also feel a sense of belonging. Okay. That also looks like it might have come from Wikipedia, but I'm not sure about that.
Mm.
Did you write that yourself?
Yes.
Oh, good. Okay, very good in that case. I take it back. Right. All right. So
Mm.
describe an interesting song. All right. Yes, this was your very good one, wasn't it? This was about, okay. That's not how you spell Freddie, though. Freddie.
Freddie.
It's sung by Freddie Mercury. I'm a huge fan of Queen, but I didn't know this story until I watched his movie. Well, it's not his movie because he's been dead for about 30 years, I think, before the movie. So, okay, let's say this movie.
Mm.
Bohemian Rhapsody. Queen was a British rock band. No, rock band.
Oh, yes.
Uh, and he was the lead vocal and good at playing piano. He loved only one woman passionately, so that he wrote this song for her, which is "Love of My Life." This song is literally romantic and shows his enthusiasm for composing and singing. Okay, the song has been recognized by many people and still loved by their fans. After the movie was released, it rose to the top of the charts on major music sites. If you ask me why I think it's interesting, I would say his singing ability was almost exclusive. Well, okay, was rather than almost exclusive, I would say unique and brilliant.
Okay.
And every single song of his album is a masterpiece. To wrap up, these are the reasons why I want to talk about Love of My Life. Okay, good. It is a good topic
Okay.
for you. Right. Okay. So, interesting song. Okay. So, are many music competitions popular in your country?
Well, I think many people in my country will watch a music audition in Korea because they look for a fresh musician, and they can feel a sense of achievement together because fresh musician and grow up later, and then well most people in my Korea listen to music or hip hop, rap, and so on, so uh, they can easily listen to music through music audition.
Competition, is that?
Competition, yes.
Competition, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So when you say that there are many competitions, because the question is about many competitions,
Mm.
are the competitions for different genres of music, or is it, or are all the competitions for any kind of music?
Well, I think it depends on the personality. I mean, young, someone who love dance music, electronic dance music or hip hop are fond of show me the money in Korea. In Korea, show me the money, which is hip hop competition music in Korea. But on the other hand, others are big fans of classical music. I mean, they 뭐지? Which is uh, they they enjoy classical music and together.
So is there a competition just for classical music and another
Yeah,
competition for hip hop? Is that how they do it?
yes.
Right. Okay. So what kinds of music do young people like?
Well, I think young people love uh, fast fast tempo and dance music like hip hop and electronic dance music and rap because they can easily listen to music loudly, and they reduce their stress. So, for example, I think K-pop, which is the most uh, sensational music not only in Korea but also in the world. So, K-pop is the most young people love music.
Okay. All right. What kinds of people like traditional music?
What kinds of people? Oh, okay. Well, I think older people love traditional music like classical and traditional folk music. Well, all they can no. Well, they love slow tempo and emotional music, so they can well uh, they are important lyrics and lyrics and uh, tones. So I think traditional folk music is the most uh, music including there.
So who is it that likes that then? Is it old people, young people?
I think older people.
So
Older.
so do,
Mm.
so do no young people like traditional music?
Yes, I think so.
Really? I'm sure there must be some. There must be some exceptions.
Exception. Oh, Mm, yes, well, it depends on the personality. Well, young people, well, as I mentioned, some young people love uh, sensational music, but on the other hand, the others love traditional folk music, like pop song, and well, uh, they 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 are important for uh well creating for creating ah for appearing and appearing the lyrics of lyricsing of culture and society.
Okay, all right. So,
Yeah.
and I would guess, I don't know,
Mm,
but just going by my experience in the UK,
mm,
that of course, most young people like
mm,
current music. They like K-pop, or
mm,
they like
mm,
hip hop, or they like
mm,
rock, or whatever it is, the modern genres of music. Most
mm,
young people like that. But
mm,
if people are studying music, if young people are studying music, so if they're
mm,
learning to play the piano
mm,
or the violin or any other sort of classical instrument, then they will probably like traditional music. But
mm,
people who don't study music just like the
mm,
music they hear on the radio, or that
mm,
they hear in whatever on the car or whatever it is.
mm,
They just
mm,
like contemporary music. But I think people
mm,
who are studying music probably do
mm,
like.
okay, well, I understand. Oh,
Right, okay. So what are the differences between live concerts and recorded music?
live concert and recording. Well, there is a huge difference between them. Well, live concerts can uh, can hear vividly expressions and singers and singing ability and fascinate about their song. For example, well, people went to BTS concert. They can easily watch. Well, they can easily see BTS members sing a song and while dancing music. So they can feel a sense of happy together.
And what's the difference between that and recorded music? How is recorded music different?
Well, recording music, well, uh, they can, uh, well, uh, they can easily, they can't easily, well, feel, well, vivid live, live singing, and their fans, uh, their fans fascinate, fascinate, huh? Fascinately. Oh, oh well, I mean, well, live concerts. In live concert, there are a lot of fans, so they can see and many fans, and fans are very fascinatedly and enthusiasm of singer. But recording music is not feel 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 sense.
Okay, all right, let me explain what I
Mm,
think the difference is. Okay,
uh, uh,
so when they record the music in the studio, they spend hours and hours and hours or days on each track. Every single track, they spend hours and hours. So every song, they spend probably days or weeks to get it perfect. Okay, and they'll re-engineer it, and there'll be all sorts of people working on it, sound engineers and music engineers and all sorts of people getting it absolutely perfect. But when the band plays live, they improvise and they extend the solos and they interact with the crowd, and if the crowd's enjoying it, they'll extend the song. So instead of it being a 3-minute song, it'll become a 10-minute song. So there's a lot of improvisation in a live performance that you don't get in a studio performance. The studio performance is about making the perfect example, and the live performance is about interacting with the crowd and improvising. Basically, it's about improvisation. Do you know what I mean by improvising?
Improvising? I don't know.
So let's say typically like the solo guitar, where the guitarist shows how clever he is at playing songs, but on the recorded version that might just be 10 seconds or 20 seconds. But when they do the live version, when they're playing in front of an audience, the guitar solo might be 3 minutes or 5 minutes, because the guitarist is showing off how skillful he is at playing that song. So or there might be a drum solo, or there might be a bass solo, or the singer might encourage the fans to sing along with them and sing a little bit, and then offer the microphone and sing a little bit. So it's all improvised. When it's live, it's all improvised. Every musician is given a chance to show how skillful they are. But the emphasis in the recorded music in the studio is to get a perfect version of the song that's 2.5 minutes or 3 minutes long. So that it's a very different performance that you get.
Okay.
So have you been to live music concerts? Do you go to live music concerts?
No, I've been visit the live concert.
Never?
Yes, never.
Why not? Why have you never been to a live music concert?
Oh, well, I usually I later watch video in concert.
Okay, so if you go on YouTube, I mean, of course, there are many live concerts that are saved on YouTube, so you can see, but you can see the same thing when you watch that live concert on YouTube. You can see how the song is different. It's changed. It's evolved from the version that you know from the radio. Yes, you can see all the different musicians do something different in a live concert when they're on the stage. You've seen that.
In live concert?
No, a live concert that's shown on YouTube, for example. So if you see it, so I'm not saying if you've never been to a live concert, but you can still watch a live concert on YouTube.
Oh, well, I think seeing the concert through YouTube can more what's singer. So I can so I can easily enjoy their singing.
So you talked about Freddie Mercury, and you talked about Bohemian Rhapsody. Okay, so by the way, that is when they first made that song, when they first created that song, it was very, very different compared to almost all the other songs, because I think it's something like 8 minutes long. It's a very long song. And so I think they said in the movie that they didn't want to release it as a single because it was 8 minutes long. It was too long. Most music that's released as a single is 2.5 to 3 minutes.
Mm.
And they said, oh, nobody will want to listen to this. It's too long and people will get bored. And in fact, it was a huge, I think it was #1 in the UK for maybe 6 months. It was a huge record because it was different all the way through. It was always developing, and it was very interesting lyrics and the piano solo, the guitar solo. But when Queen were doing their live performances as a band, they almost never did Bohemian Rhapsody as a live performance because it was too difficult. So I when I was at school, some of my classmates were huge. There was 2 of them were huge Queen fans, and they used to go. I think they went 2 or 3 times when we were in high school. They went to see Queen live, and they never saw Freddie Mercury or the Queen do a live version of Bohemian Rhapsody because they couldn't do it. It was too difficult. But in Live Aid, which was this charity concert that was for raising money for people who were starving in Africa, I think that was one of the first times that Queen did Bohemian Rhapsody as a live performance. And it was a fantastic performance. It was a really amazing performance. And they played all the different parts, you know, the piano solos and the guitar solos and all of that kind of thing. So where am I going with this? So there's a difference. There's a big difference between a live concert and I think in that. So if you let me just send you a link. You can have a look at it afterwards. It's a link for Freddie Mercury doing his the whole of his live performance in Live Aid. So if you watch that afterwards, you'll see, because that's 21 minutes, so you don't watch it now, but watch it afterwards.
Okay.
But you'll see how he involves the audience and how different members of the band perform. You know, they do a solo, but it's actually quite different. If you listen to the album, if you listen to the studio version, it's quite different when they do the live version. So, and you know, there's a lot of interaction with the crowd, encouraging the crowd to sing along with them, which obviously they don't do when they're doing a studio version. So watch that. If you like Freddie Mercury, you'll really enjoy that part of that concert.
Okay. Thank you. Society. Okay.
Yes. All right. So I'll give you a minute to think about that, and your time starts now. Okay, that's your 1 minute of thinking time. So talk to me about the topic for between 1 and 2 minutes, starting now.
Okay. Well, the first person that comes to my mind is Yeona Kim. Yeona Kim is the famous figure skater in Korea, and she has been working for a long time. Although she was very young, she won the gold medal for the first time in Korea. Well, I first heard from Sunny, my best friend, because she always recommended me to read her autobiography. So I respect her so much, and I also knew her through news and magazines. So therefore, I had no choice but to know her. Well, she donates a lot of money for underprivileged and the poor every year to charity. And she also served as an ambassador of Pyeongchang Winter Olympic, well as once again known, well, Korea. Well, if you ask me why you think they contribute to society, I would say, well, she is now working development of teaching young prospects figure skater. So they always think about figure skater. So they this these activities have an impact on positive side. To wrap up, these are the reasons why I want to talk about Yeona Kim. Well, okay. and and
Okay, and that's
well,
your 2 minutes.
uh,
You wrapped up 10 seconds too early. Right. Okay. Funnily enough,
Mm,
in the class before this one, my first class this morning, just before you came on,
mm,
uh, the other nurse gave me
mm.
exactly the same story about Una Kim as the person who contributes to society.
Mm,
So it's interesting that two of you in 2 hours have both talked, have both answered this question talking
mm,
about Una Kim. That's a
mm.
very strange coincidence. But what jobs are well paid?
What jobs are paid? Ah,
Well paid. Well
well
paid.
paid. Okay. Well, I think, well, white collar jobs like doctors, lawyers, and accountant who have, well, academic license and certificate are more paid super salaries because I think they are full of well knowledge and information in a particular field. So well, I think they deserve to be well paid money.
Okay, so are
Uh,
those doctors, lawyers, and accountants, are they the only people who are well paid?
Well, it depends on the jobs. Well, blue collar jobs like construction workers and fishermen and farmer well uh, 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 earn earns small salaries rather than white collar jobs. Well, white collar jobs like superstars and celebrities and sports stars and celebrities. Yes,
What, they are well paid?
yes,
They are
in
well paid.
Korea.
Okay. Yeah, well, everywhere, I think. Yeah, okay.
Mm,
Yeah, so I, you've got the right elements in your answer. So when, everybody says doctors, lawyers, some
mm,
people say engineers, you said
mm,
accountants, I agree with you. Those are
mm,
traditional jobs where
mm,
people are well paid.
mm,
Okay, so doctors, lawyers, and accountants and engineers are always well paid. Okay,
mm, mm,
throughout the years, they're well
mm,
paid.
mm,
But I think so. But then you could talk about newer jobs
mm,
or more modern jobs which are well paid are sports people, actors, singers,
mm,
celebrities,
mm,
influencers,
mm, mm,
YouTubers. Some
mm.
YouTubers. So you could talk
Yes.
about you can divide your answer to the traditional jobs that are well paid because of their qualifications and education, and you can talk about the modern jobs which are well paid because people have some kind of talent for sport or
Ah,
acting or singing or whatever it happens to be. Yeah.
so you mean, well, the other traditional jobs and the modern jobs,
Yes.
and traditional jobs is education, but on the
Yes.
other hand, modern job is based on talents.
Yes.
Ah, okay.
And then you give examples of both of those types of jobs. Yeah.
Okay, I understand.
All right. Okay. What are the impacts of the epidemic on the work environment?
Academy?
No, not the academic.
Okay. Can you
The
repeat the
epidemic.
question?
The
Ep
epidemic.
epidemic. Ah, okay, okay. Epidemic. Ah, you mean epidemic influence learning?
Okay, let me give it again.
Uh, okay.
What are the impacts of the epidemic on the work environment?
Ah, okay. Okay, I understand. Well, since outbreak COVID-19, well, home commuting has been very common in South Korea because uh, many employees keep a distance from them. So, well, many employers regulate many regulate employees work at home. So, for example, well, offline meetings are replaced by the online meetings like Skype and Zoom.
Okay, anything else?
Anything else? Anything else? Oh, anything else? Anything else? 뭐가
But okay, so you're talking there about the a lot of people worked from home and so they had to work online and have meetings online. I totally agree. That's part of it. But what about the people who couldn't work at home? What about the people who had to go to work, wherever that might be? How did their work environment change?
Well, and hospital doctors or nurses well are willing to work at hospital because their responsibility is recover their patients. So so well, our work environment is a leader change. They always wear masks and keep a distance from each other, and well, they usually a small. They usually do a small talk uh, wearing mask.
Okay, yeah, I don't understand what you're saying there. Okay, so but the fact that you talk about wearing a mask, I agree. So people, okay, in a hospital it's different because they probably do wear a mask anyway in hospital, don't they? But in some other working environments, before the pandemic, they didn't wear masks. So that would be a change in every working environment. Would be that people wear a mask. Maybe they now wear a face shield.
Yes.
Maybe they have that. Maybe they're always washing their hands far more than they ever did in the past. And maybe they socially distance, so everybody would be at least 2 meters apart in the workspace. Whereas in the past they might be sitting right next to somebody, but now they would be 2 meters apart. And I think I've seen in other places where they put a shield in the office between the staff and the public, like a plastic shield. Have you seen that in places? So like if you were to take the IELTS exam today,
Yes.
the examiner would be wearing a mask. Okay.
Yes.
Before the pandemic, he didn't wear a mask, but now the examiner wears a mask. You wear a mask, and in between you there's a plastic shield. So that's very common now in workspaces, is that they put a plastic shield. Okay.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Do you think younger people should be lower paid than older people?
Well, no, I don't think so. I think it depends on the area and the ability. Well, if it's a sports field, younger players who are 25 or 30 are more paid than older players because, well, physical abilities is the most important factor. But on the other hand, in working in a company, well, older people are are more are far better paid because they are full of knowledge and skills and expertise than young people.
Yeah, okay, that's a very good answer. That's a very but when you said expertise, I thought that was the word I would thought you were going to that you were going to tell me at that point was experience rather than expertise. Because
Experience.
expertise is a good alternative, but I think the key factor is experience.
Okay, experience.
All right. So
Yes.
so so for example, like in nursing, you know, a newly graduated nurse who starts in her first hospital doesn't have any experience, but she has a qualification.
Oh, yes.
And so she is going to be paid less than a nurse who's been there 5 or 10 or 20 years, because that person has 5, 10 or 20 years experience. Expertise is another way of saying it, but it's down to experience, isn't it? So to return to the question, do you think younger people should be lower paid than older people? It's not related to age, it's related to experience.
Okay, I understand.
Right. Okay. So I'll give you a minute to think about that, starting now. All right, that's your 1 minute of thinking time. So talk to me about the topic for between 1 and 2 minutes, starting now.
Okay. Well, the first person that comes to my mind is Sunny.
I knew it would be.
Sunny is my best friend. Although, well, we fight sometimes. She is my best friend. Well, spending time with her makes me happy and release my stress. So I cannot imagine my life without her. Well, since high school, she has been since high school, she was my classmate. So we at the time we did a lot of things such as studying and watching movies together and playing sports like badminton and tennis at break time. Well, especially we enjoyed playing sports because we are big fans of sports and watching sports programs like soccer and baseball and basketball. Well, I'm very at the time I was I felt a sense of unity with with Sunny. And now, nowadays we do a lot of things such as going to shopping mall, like luxurious brands, Chanel and Hermes, because we have a job and we are paying more, pay more. So we we bought luxurious bags, and then we ate delicious foods like spaghetti and pizza. Moreover, we go to famous
Okay,
restaurants.
that's your
Okay.
2 minutes. God, dear me, what a life you and Sunny have together. Spending money on luxurious brands and eating expensive food. God,
Yes.
what a life of luxury. Ah, right. Okay. So, what kinds of people are easy to get along with?
What kinds of people is wrong together?
No.
What kind is it? Can you repeat the question?
Right. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So, what kinds of people are easy to get along with?
Long week is long long week.
To get
I'm
along with.
alone with. Oh yeah. Okay. Okay. Well. Uh. 뭐가 있지? Well. Okay. Well. Nowadays, many people use social media apps like Facebook and Instagram, so they can see their blogs and uh, their social media sites, and then they discuss their favorite uh, places like famous restaurants and shopping malls. Moreover, well, uh, uh, they uh, they discuss their places about uh, strengths and weakness, so they can easily make a friend through conversation.
Okay, what you've just said is true, but it doesn't answer the question.
Ah,
So
okay.
because the question is, what kinds of people are easy to get along with? You've told me how easy it is to find people who you do get along with, but the question is, what kinds of people
What
are
kinds
easy?
of okay, I
Yes.
understand. Well, I think people if people sociable and friendly, they can get along with other people because they don't hesitate to approach well strangers and foreigners. Moreover, well they say hello first with a broad grin, and then take they have a conversation with them.
They say hello first with a broad grin.
Yes.
It's, maybe some of them, but I don't think all of them do that. I don't think everybody. I don't think everybody goes up. That sounds like an American. That's the kind of thing Americans do. They say hello with a broad grin. But I think English people don't do that. But English people can also be easy to get along with. So
Really?
I don't think everybody smiles and says hello first with a broad grin. Okay, so I think there's an easy way to classify people, and that's people who are introverts and people who are extroverts. So that's one way of classifying people into what kinds of people you could. So then you've got a starting point for your description. Okay, so you could say there are two kinds of people. There are introverts and extroverts, and of those, maybe extroverts are easier to get to know because they like meeting people and they like to have a big crowd of people around them, and they're very entertaining. So in some senses, they're easy to get along with. On the other hand, introverts prefer to have one-to-one relationships rather than being in a big crowd. So if for fellow introverts, for one introvert to another, they're probably very easy to get along with, but introverts might not get along well with extroverts. So you can talk about the differences between introverts and extroverts as a way of describing that, who is easy to get along with, introverts or extroverts. I think introverts like other introverts, extroverts like everybody and want to be liked by everybody. It's very, very different.
Okay, I understand.
So you can start your description from introvert. There's a lot of questions like what kinds of people, and I think there's a big difference between introverts and extroverts. It's a good way to start talking about kinds of people is introverts and extroverts.
Okay, I understand.
So if you found this IELTS class useful, informative, or entertaining, please give it a like, subscribe, and share with other people who you think might benefit from these live IELTS class videos using actual examination topics. Most of the students participating in these classes are now living their dream in English-speaking countries around the world. If you want classes with me, you can contact me on X, LinkedIn, MS Teams, or Viber. Details are given in the description below or on the About page for this channel. Thank you.